Welcome to the city of Tours. I'm just starting the next part of my Loire Valley end to end. A little bit frustrating first thing this morning because there's actually a lot of mist around right now, and even in the centre of town where I am, I'm looking at the town hall of Tours, the Hôtel de Ville, and it's not a bad morning, but will it clear? I'm sure the mist will clear, but I'll show you the town hall and give you an idea of what it is that I'm doing here. So you can see on the back of my camera there is the Hôtel de Ville, the town hall of Tours. That's actually a place I arrived in 10 years ago. This is where I first started to live in the centre of this city. So what you can see here is you've got this pedestrian walkway that's going in like this, which is leading you into the town hall. And you can see the town hall just back there, or I'll put my hand in front of the camera, there you go, it's there. Designed by the architect Victor Laloux, who also designed the railway station that's in the centre of Tours, and also the Musée d'Orsay, the Orsay Museum in central Paris, as well as a few other buildings. So beautiful building, and well worth coming into the city of Tours, into the centre of Tours, and having a look at this beautiful place. So what I'm actually doing is I'm waiting for a tram to come along here. So that's where the tram line is in the centre of Tours. Hopefully it won't be too long. I think there's one every 10 minutes or so at the moment, just because of lockdown. But hopefully it's not going to be too long, and I'll get something, hopefully looking quite nice. But just a little bit of patience, and then I'll move on somewhere else outside of the city. So I got a tram coming out there from the edge, so you can see the trams coming along here. The nice thing is it's just off to the right of the camera is the tram stop. So what happens is the tram is slowing down, and therefore I use, for example, a shutter speed of 6 seconds, and because that tram's slowing down, you get that nice elongated light trail that's going that way. Now I am actually waiting for, if I can, another tram to go back the other way to see if it will look a little bit nicer, because I'll get the tail lights of that tram when it's going the other way. There is a bus actually, just as I'm filming this at the moment. I'm going to take a shot of that. That might work to get what it is that I want, but ideally I'd like a lot less mist and fog than there is right now. It's just a little bit frustrating this morning, but hey, what can you do? Hopefully it won't take too long, and then the weather will improve somewhat, but we'll see. I've come away from the city centre of Tours just because, and it still is actually really foggy out here, and I'm checking again the weather just to see what it is that I can do. Now, kind of ideally I'd like to be showing you this spot here in a lot better conditions. I mean, I've done this in foggy conditions before, and it can look quite nice, but you know, honestly, I really would, as I've said in previous vlogs, just sort of show you this area in better light. I know some people would say, you know what, there is no bad lights. Maybe, but I kind of prefer it looking as nice as it can. It's kind of a pleasant morning in some respects, although it's quite foggy out here. But you know, even trying to find woodland, the woodland around here is actually really dense at times, and so getting in and getting like a nice clearing and just trying to find somewhere that would sort of give you really nice misty trees, for example, it just is at times not easy because it's so closed in, it's so hemmed in, it's actually really difficult. What I'm going to do is just show you what it is I've photographed here. I'm actually going to go back to my house, just rest a little bit, and then go out this afternoon and just see if I can see something again. So am I going to call this a Loire Valley end to end? I think that actually that initial introduction that I did is probably not a good idea to label this as a Loire Valley end to end. This is a more what can you do around your own neighbourhood type of thing. Now I know some people might be thinking, hey, you live in France, shouldn't you be locked down? The answer is actually yes, in some respects, but technically I am actually out here working. I'm working on a book commission, and so therefore I have a letter from the publisher of that book, which will be written over the course of 12 months or so. And so therefore I actually have every right to be here. It's just how it is. So I know for some people, they might be thinking, come on, you're bending the rules. I'm not bending the rules. Honestly, I'm not bending the rules. It is how it is. We have to have paperwork actually when we're out and about here in France, just so if you do happen to get stopped by the police, then you can tell them what it is you're doing. I've got nothing to hide. I'm out here working. Now, if I was actually in the city, ideally I should have a mask on, but I mean, where I was this morning, there's nobody around at all. Very, very strange being in the centre of Tours and there's nobody there. I've just been up to a supermarket trying to find a cable for my computer. Same thing, it's just nobody around. It's really odd, actually. Now, it is a bank holiday today in France, but in any case, it just does feel a little bit strange, I guess. It just seems really a lot more empty than it normally would be. It is what it is, folks, you know. But anyway, enough of the waffle. Let's just show you what I've got here. It's a nice scene, actually, that's west of Tours that I come to every so often if the light is right. That's what it is I'm looking at, what I'm trying to photograph. Just there's actually a boat, a sunken boat, which actually has happened the last couple of years, I guess. It never was like it is now. There's a boat just there, and there's this one, and there's actually one over there, a smaller one. I haven't seen that before, but this one is the one I want to concentrate on, the one that's behind the camera just here. Now I've gone in about 50 mil or so, and what I've done is I've placed a mast just off this third there. It's not in the center, it's not on the third, and then I'm not doing a reflection. I kind of feel there's too much negative space with this image if I actually do reflection. And so what I've done is I've just gone into it and I'm just taking a shot there. Now what I do know is if I add on dehaze when I get back, I can actually get a little bit of contrast in here. It will actually look quite nice. But I mean, it is, as you can see, it's pretty thick out there, the fog. I'd really like to find some nice woodland, to be honest, if I could. I've got an idea of where I might be able to find some, but I guess we'll see. But from now, what I'm going to do is I can just go back to the house, just rest a little, have lunch, go back out again this afternoon. Hopefully by then, when the sun's climbed a little bit higher, maybe we'll have some clearing skies. We'll see. It's been a bit of a disastrous day to some respects. This morning the fog was just too thick and took too long to clear, that it took too much out of my day. So after you saw the boat this morning on the Loire, what I did is I went back to the house, I waited a little bit, did a little bit of business, ate my lunch and then went back out again. And I've been driving for about 2.5 hours or so. What have I been doing? Why haven't I been vlogging? Because I haven't actually found anything that I really find pleasing. So I took a road that I know that's got a lot of woodland. And what I was looking for was to find some silver birches, and there's a lot of silver birches around here, and to have a nice kind of clearing to get those silver birches, but I couldn't find it. It really is hard to describe at times the woodland around here. It's so dense at times that when you go in, you just can't get anything with it. It's just too dense. Trying to get in there, if you take a wide angle lens to it, it's just going to pancake everything down. It's not going to look good. It's not a good look. I don't want it. I would really prefer to show you things that inspire you. So for example, when I did my tips on how you plan a landscape photography or a travel photography trip somewhere like a day or a week or however long it is, the very first thing that drives you to get out there is inspiration. If you haven't got that inspiration when you go out there, when you actually get out there, you're not going to be inspired. So I was inspired to go out, but then I couldn't actually find the spark that said, stop, go and walk, go and find that. So I was going down woodland trails and all sorts of places, going down a road, go back the same road just to look at it from either side, and was just not really finding what it was that I wanted to do. That's not good. Well, it is and it isn't. I found a village that has a really nice church on top of a hill, and I know you can, if you could get to a viewpoint, you'd have a nice sort of valley and then going up to the church. Could I find a view? Yes, but it's actually on somebody's property, so that's not going to work. But it's all good because it means that I don't need to go back and try and waste time, as it were, to try and find it, because I know I'm not going to find it. So it's all good, kind of good recce work in my local area. Right now, where am I stood? This is Bourgueil. This is the vineyards of Bourgueil. I don't come here very often. I thought actually this is just on the way back to the house, and I'm just going to stop here and just film a conclusion just because it needs it. The sun is kind of coming and going, but you can see the cloud structure. It's not great. For me, I don't find it inspiring. I am not just going to get the camera out and just go, yep, there you go. There you go, folks. There's a picture just to show you what it is that's here. I don't want to do that. I would prefer to give you things that are a lot better, that the sky is there as I want it, that everything is there as I want it, that everything comes together. If it's not, there's no point. I would prefer that when I'm doing these vlogs, showing you my local area, showing you the Loire Valley, showing you around France, that it gives you the inspiration yourselves to come over and experience what I've experienced for your own selves as well. Anyway, enough rambling. I hope you've got something out of the vlog today. Whether you've enjoyed it or not, I don't know, but I hope you have got something out of it. Until the next one, see you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe down there, hit the notification bell up there. See you on the next one. Gotta go, there's a car coming. See you, folks. Bye.